Warning, explicit content. Blood, guts, swearing, lots of bad words, adult themes. No nudity, though. Lots of violence. Did I say violence? Viewers' discretion is advised. Welcome back, and I hope you guys are ready for another exciting episode of Pathfinders Wrath of the Righteous. Of course, we're going to be screaming, yelling at the dice roller, and just generally being like, "Ah!" But, you know, it's all in good fun. So let's enjoy the story. Let's kill some monsters, do some dungeons, and see what comes next. So let's go and hop into it. From a dead woman's hands. Okay. Oh, where's my dragon? Arcane Weaver. What do you have? No weapons. Source of divine power. Whenever the wearer of this holy robe uses divine power to summon a creature, they can choose to give these creatures attacks either holy or unholy special quality. I don't really have a summoner. Shirt of the Blazing Fighter. This shirt gives the wearer +5 competence bonus to athletics checks and fire resistance 30. That's good. It's 70,000 though. Oh, monk robes. Accessories. Ooh. Gloves of the Ambassador, +5 competence bonus knowledge world, +5 competence bonus on persuasion checks, and a +2 enhancement bonus to charisma. Oh. Cloak is resistance, lesser gloves of dueling. Ooh. And then regular gloves of dueling. Celestial protection. Cloak grants the wearer +5 resistance bonus on saving throws against demons and +5 competence bonus. I was almost excited. Rise of Animal Fury. Thick pelt cloak. Immunity to fire. Living Flame. Whenever the wearer of this cloak channels energy to harm undead, for the next 2 rounds they become surrounded by a fire shield that deals 1d6 plus character level fire damage to the attackers for each successful melee attack against the wearer. Nice. Okay, so I can pick up Gloves of Dueling. And do I just want to? That one I want to pick up. Yeah. Oh, I have scrolls to sell. Oh, that cure moderate can stay. Okay, so 32,000. Ooh, this is my scroll person. Arcane scrolls, it looks like, yeah. I know there's a priest in town too. That's a lot of some wands. Yeah, it's all arcane stuff. Deal. Give me my money. Believe you got your weapon training. Yeah, heavy blades. Go ahead and increase that by 2. Jewelry person. Accessories. Okay. Alright. Goggles of Pure Sight. Those are pretty good. Ring of Protection + 3. Amulet 3. Headbands. Amulet of Mighty Fists. Agile Fist. Rings of Protection. Braces of Armor +5. And Living Leadership. Got some companions. Morale bonus on all skill checks. I need to get some scrolls of restoration. And then talk to people. Let's see. The Outcast. Dragon Hunt. Dragon's Fate. Know thy enemy. Above the Clouds. It's a mythic quest. More than nothing. The League of the Inspired Cart. I gotta go talk to Sela. Ah, okay, I gotta go talk to Soziel. And I don't know. He ran off. Middle game. The Solemn Hour. Oh, I can give Airbeth her sword back. That's right. I gotta take it off. Oh, I don't have a rapier. Well, looks like you don't have a rapier. A woman in gold-embroidered cleric's robes greets you with a polite bow. Her eyes, a color of molten gold, gleam brightly in her dusky face. Greetings, Commander. My name is Arisino. I am a messenger from the Temple of Abadar in Absalom, and I came here assuming the defenders of the fortress could use the services of a cleric. Perhaps you've heard about the wound that sometimes opens in my chest. Are you familiar with this kind of an ailment? Arisino quickly probes you with the skill of an experienced healer. So the wound was right here, and then it disappeared, and reappeared. Amazing. No, this is the first time I've heard of such magic. Oh, okay. What do you think it might be? I think it's some kind of demonic corruption, or particles of chaos from the abyss that have entered through the wound into your body and made it so unstable. It sounds quite interesting. Incidentally, judging from the records of researchers of the Abyss, strange things have happened in this cursed place. I want you to try and heal me. I'm sorry, but I do not have the right to do that. A healer who makes a blind attempt to heal a patient who is not on the verge of death is an irresponsible fool. You do not seem to be dying, so we will not take any unnecessary risks. Thank you, it all makes sense to me now. It really doesn't. What services do you provide? I can sell you various divine spell scrolls. Even if you don't have anyone in your party who can read them, I'll be happy to read it for you right here. However, take care out there on your travels. A scroll is useless without someone who can read it. To use a scroll while you're on the move, you'll need a spellcaster whose magical training covers such spells, or someone skilled in magical devices. AKA, you need a divine spellcaster or someone with a high use magic device skill. I could use the help of a cleric. Because I need restoration. Okay, and you use one. She has like one left. Let's see. 1 and 1. Okay. So, yeah, they're fine for now. Considering next time I rest, it'll go away. Okay. Let's go ahead and now we can leave. Actually, let's go talk to Soziel. Before we leave, we will talk to Soziel. Oh, my dragon's probably at the location I have to go to meet my new friends. Good afternoon, Commander. Soziel greets you happily. How can I help you? Did you think about what the Hell Knight told you? Yes, Soziel shakes his head. Another dead end. I still know nothing. How could Trevor have parted with this shield? I can't imagine. You don't know what your brother has endured in this war. Perhaps the person you once knew is gone. I don't want to believe that. I can't. Not Trevor. With a sudden shiver, Soziel looks down and whispers faintly, Brother, will I recognize you when I find you? You know, it's not only the Hell Knights who told me the truth. Knight Tirabade refused to tell me anything about my brother's fate while I was serving in Canabras. But after these events, she finally broke her silence. And the things she told me? Soziel shakes his head. That he was a good fighter, but a terrible knight, and an utterly worthless paladin. He became more and more cruel as time went on. He started caring more about destroying the enemy than protecting the innocent. He gushed over Prelate Holrune and his witch hunts. Eventually, the goddess's patience wore thin. When he beat up some poor fellow for blasphemy, Shaylin took away Trevor's powers. That was a huge blow for him. He left the city, asking only that his disgrace be kept secret from his family. That's why Erebeth didn't say anything earlier. Brother, my brother. But how? He's always been kind, merciful. Where would this cruelty have come from? Thank you for talking to me. My pleasure. Okay, let's go turn in the sword to Erebeth. Because you can leave directly from the town, from the command center, so. Just a long run. I should probably rest too. Get all my spells back. Be ready to go out into the world. I got these butterflies floating around me. Erebeth. Erebeth's eyes are vacant. Her thoughts are clearly somewhere far away. Seeing you, though, she snaps to attention. Hail, Commander. Give the solemn mallet to Erebeth. I found your father's sword. Take it. Praise Iomade. Erebeth takes the sword gently, as if it were a living creature, and she sheathes it in the scabbard. I don't know what to say. I'm indebted to you forever. I never thought I'd get my sword back. Please, allow me to reward you, and please no objections. I can never replace this sword. I shall never part with it again, I swear. Ooh, 50,000 gold. We need to talk about what happened during the attack on Dresden. Erebeth nods curtly. Yes, I was shamefully faint-hearted. Praise Iomade. It didn't affect the course of the battle. Still, my behavior was unworthy of a knight, even less as a commander. Under the circumstances, leaving my position would be tantamount to desertion. Still, as your advisor, I strongly recommend you release me from my position as head of the order, strip me of my knighthood, and send me to serve in the condemned. Good. Few deserve these titles more than you. Don't blame yourself. Under the circumstances, you did everything possible, and more, besides. Thank you, Commander. The gratitude in Erebeth's voice is sincere. A spark of enthusiasm appears in her eyes, which had grown dull over the recent weeks. The half-orc salutes you sharply. For a moment, you once again see Erebeth, who was ready to protect the defender's heart to her dying breath. Thank you for still trusting me. More than anyone else does in this crusade. Thank you for still trusting me, more than anyone else does in this crusade, even more than I trust myself. Despite your words, Erebeth obviously still feels unworthy of her commander's rank. Changing her mind will require more than platitudes. Perhaps you can bolster her by appointing her to a position where she can work more closely with the rank and file soldiers. Perhaps you can bolster her by appointing her to a position where she can work more closely with rank-and-file soldiers, those whose faith in her, their commander, remains undimmed. Erebeth says goodbye with a short bow.
How cute!
Super cute.
You're a true warrior. You have what matters most. Backbone. Unyielding, like a rod of iron.
If hard iron in your body is what makes a true warrior, Then my bow turns enemies into true warriors every battle.
That's actually kind of funny. But I don't think arrowheads are made out of iron. Well, they could be. But I think traditionally, weren't they made out of something else? I don't know. That's a level 3 spell. That goes over there. Okay. Oh, yeah, I could have done my own. No, Crusader's Edge is 4th level. And one of those will become a protection from alignments because
So exciting.
Half Measure Tavern. Ah, the Dragon Hunts. I gotta talk to the assassin. Ah, so much talking to get out of the city and prepared. The boy sitting on the counter looks about 18. He salutes you with dignity, though his eyes scarcely rise from the tavern's ledger. The Knight Commander at my establishment? What an honor. My name is Phi Kiddo. I'm the owner of the Half Measure. How should I address you? I ask because some don't like undue familiarity, while others scoff at the tediousness of ceremony and titles. You can call me the Armored Armadillo for all I care. Your commanderness, are you sure? I'm going to remember that, you know. Faye smiles mischievously. I am absolutely sure. Out of respect for the whims of the hero of Dresden, the Armadillo it is. Oh, man. If there's a tavern in the city, then... So, what can I do for you? Wine? A meal? A heart-to-heart talk? There's a tavern in the city. That means all must be well. Let's raise a glass to Caden Kalian. May your barrels never run dry. An excellent idea. To the accidental god, may he show us wisdom at the bottom of the glass. Let me see what you have to offer. Axiomatic Keen Dart. Though, I gotta say, my favorite build in this game that I've kind of messed with so far that was really, really funny was 2-weapon thrower. You get a ton of attacks, even at low levels. I didn't do it on my main character. I did it on one of the mercenaries, right? So I didn't have benefits of like having a actual full-on mythic path, but it's pretty funny. So Goggles of Molochio. Plus 10 competence bonus on perception checks. Whenever the wearer confirms a critical hit with any bow, the target becomes disorientated for 1d4 rounds. Suffering -4 circumstance penalty to initiative checks, attack rolls, and athletics and perception checks. That's pretty cool, but I don't know. I don't see myself critting a lot with bows. Ghost Touch igniting short sword +3. Ghost Touch weapon, it's pretty good. Igniting is just so because it's on a critical hit, they catch fire, right? It's meh. He's got a lot of potions. That's good. Mulled wine. That's a recipe. And he's got a bunch of... Ooh, those are rare. Let's buy all the cooking materials. There we go. Oh, mixed spices. Ooh, I don't need the potion of Magic Fingerator. 3,400 gold. Okay, I bought a recipe. Copy recipe. There's Greybore.
How can I help you?
You tried to kill that huge demon at the Battle of Dresden, but you failed. What happened?
Yes, that was a failure. It was supposed to be a clean job. An anonymous client, a worthy target, a substantial fee. But the client insisted that I use an enchanted dagger they provided. I was assured that a single hit would be enough to finish the job, but it didn't work as expected. It was a serious blow to my reputation. And my reputation is everything to me.
Huh. Well, I want to hire you for a dragon hunt.
A large adult female? The one that's been snatching people and carrying them off? I've heard about her. That's an impressive target. I can take this job, but only if we do it soon. I'm expecting a new assignment from my regular client, and I'll have to leave as soon as I have the orders. And of course, you should know that this dragon will not come cheaply. 2,500 gold, paid in advance.
We'll pay.
Excellent. Let's get down to business. It's no easy thing to take down a dragon when you don't have wings, so you'll need to follow my lead. The best thing would be to catch her by surprise in her lair, but we need to find it first. Of course, since she doesn't leave tracks, that might be tricky, but I think I have a solution. We need to go west of Dresden, to the Grimwood Forest. The dragon's been seen there often. According to the scouts, this is likely because there's still some wild game left in those parts. We'll set up an ambush there. I hope I can rely on your honesty. I understand that on our way to the dragon, there may be other fights or places we need to visit for various reasons. That's to be expected. However, should I see that you are deliberately delaying the contract, or that you're dragging me off to assault some demon citadel instead of going after the dragon, we will have to revise the terms of our agreement.
That's fair. He's not a crusader, he is a mercenary. Do you have stuff in the back I can steal? Let's check. You do. Probably food. Oh, crafting materials. Crafting materials. Crafting materials. A book. Found a book about cooking. Alright. And we are outie. And then we're going to check out this one-eyed devil fellow, because I believe I am on that side of the city. Yes, the one-eyed devil. Well, a short, chubby tiefling with a golden eye patch spits chewing tobacco between his feet and takes another pinch from a tobacco box adorned with jewels. A fine day to you, Commander. Welcome to the One-Eyed Devil's trading house. His proud manner suggests that each word begins with a capital letter, and perhaps even continues in capital letters as well. Okay, show me your wares. What you got? Holy Rapier +2. That's better than the one that what's-her-name has, but it's expensive. Thundering Scythe, 32,000 gold. Infiltrator's armor. It's leather armor. Adamantium scale mail +2. Haramaki +1. Barding. Accessories, head of allure, charisma +4. That's pretty good. Crafting materials. Some scrolls. Lockpicks. Wow, lockpicks are expensive. Man, I don't know if I want to spend that money. Those might come in handy.
With grace?
Yeah, Horger Squirm's over here. Horger Squirm. I'm listening, Knight Commander. Okay. Apparently he got nothing to say. Believe that takes us out of the city. It does take us out. Oh no, I need to talk to Sela. Who's over here? Sela looks sad and pensive. It's good to see you. Get this, Jana, the one who ran away when we were attacked by demons, never went back to her unit. She was seen running towards Numeria. Looks like she deserted. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk about. Or, not the only thing. Since our raid on the Houndhearts camp, I've had this sinking feeling that I made a mistake, dragging you into all of this. I mean, I should have known that a raid along the edge of the whirlwind wouldn't be so easy. But, mostly, I was wrong about a lot of people. About Jana, who lost her nerve and abandoned her friends. About Curl. I knew he was a thief, but I really thought he'd turned over a new leaf and deserved a little compassion and trust. And Elin. I thought we were kindred spirits, friends through thick and thin, but it looks like I was wrong about him too. Sela looks at you closely, waiting for your answer. Good. Don't lose your trust in people, Sela. So what if you made a few mistakes? It's no reason to give up on your ideals. Somebody has to show people that there's a better path. Sela's expression brightens. Thank you, my friend. I needed that support. She sighs. Thanks for listening to my grumbling, and for helping me get to the bottom of this. I'm not going to leave things as they stand. If I get a chance, I'll track down Jana and see if I can talk some sense into her, and find out why Curl did what he did. I can't stop thinking about what Elin told me in the end. I really have become more powerful than paladins who are far more experienced and selfless than me. There's something not right about it. A servant of Iomade should gain their powers through dedicated personal effort. It's the only way to make sure they'll use the power for good. Our journey so far, it's all wrong. And it means I need to be 3 times as hard on myself now. Okay. Now we can leave the city. All the side quests have been completed. As you approach, the commotion at the top of the ridge dies down for a moment before soaring to new heights. That's her! Yes! Look at the butterflies! Hello? There's a dragon here too, you know. I'm way more interesting than a butterfly. And it was me who asked Garou to come here anyway. Who's a good little dragon? Evu's a good little dragon. You see your old friends, the 3 Desnian adepts from Canabras, standing at the head of the crowd. Garou! Finally! Aranka says excitedly. We rushed here as soon as we heard what happened in Dresden. We brought friends too, except we've only just met some of them. Ilks, allow me to introduce them. Mistress Ola Devara, the illustrious exiled alchemist. Those formidable warriors, Those formidable warriors, they are halflings from the temple of Chalidra Zurzaristan, the goddess of battle and recklessness. This is the famous street artist Maestro Avon Turin, a pseudonym, of course. Rare is the administrative building in Avestan that has escaped his brush. And here in front of we have our mountain gnomish contingent, the cavalry sculptors. We have all come here to help you fight the forces of the abyss. Why was Mistress Ola exiled? Prejudice, that's why. The disheveled woman shakes her head in disdain. Her clothes look as though they've been singed a dozen times over and dragged through various paints at least a dozen times more. For some reason, people are suspicious of alchemists who worship Caden Kalian. They also consider my experiments dangerous, which is utterly preposterous. For one, science comes at a price, after all. And besides, it wasn't I who caused that explosion back in Absalom and raised half the block. I mean, I wasn't even there. Still, now that I'm surrounded by open-minded people, I'll be able to unleash my talents and show those demons that bombs can protect us as well as any prayers. What are the goddess Shalindra and her worshippers famous for? A belligerent-looking halfling salutes you with his sword. Shalindra is the goddess of mischief, battle, and luck, and a close friend of Desna, the Moon Mother. Shalindra is not the goddess of strategic planning, put it that way. As her worshippers, we charge headlong into battle, leading others into the fray, and we despise evil in all its forms. My friends and I have long waited to support the Crusades, but this is the first time we've seen a leader we're willing to follow. An artist on a crusade, a street artist to boot? Dusty galleries and pompous patrons aren't quite my scene, is Maestro Avon's dignified response. I only paint in places where everyone can see my work and appreciate its special meaning. I used to paint flowers and the sun on the walls of besieged forts to make the attacking armies realize they were destroying another's peace and joy. I once depicted the acts of Iomade in a painting in the middle of the Chilaxian capital, not because I worship her, but rather to remind the people of Cheliax that this proud tyrant-toppling goddess was born there. I don't yet know what I'll create here in the World Wound, but I feel I must play some part in the salvation of this land. Cavalry sculptors? Exactly. One of the gnomes sitting in the saddle grins happily, looking from head to toe a brigand. The cavalry sculptors are an ancient and revered gnomish society. In certain circles, that is. Our only rivals are the pikemen confectioners. But they don't have a noble legend that tells of the creation of their society. Unlike us, according to this legend, a brave gnome knight once participated in a battle that lasted many days. He had to ride into battle down one and the same path, and past one and the same boulder. Soon, he was fed up with it. He started chipping off pieces of the boulder each time he rode past it, eventually carving it into a giant apple. The little gnome turned out to be so captivating that soon the knight's entire squad began to do the same. And then the enemy joined in too. It goes without saying that they were all gnomes. The war soon ended, but before it did, they had carved all kinds of fruit and vegetables from a dozen boulders and a couple of rocks, all while mounted too. And that is how our noble society was born. Are all of you going to join my army? Of course not, Aranka replies, clearly speaking for everyone. We didn't come here to march around in neat little rows like all the crusaders who've come before us. We're here to answer the call of our hearts, and we're going to help you in every way we can. We will all do something for our cause, but we are free spirits. We take orders from no one, and we certainly do not join other people's war games. Army discipline and gray walls of Dresden do not stir our hearts, Garou, replies Ilks. Yet, I know that you are the wind of change we've been waiting for. In Canabris, I witnessed your kindness, bravery, and tenacity. I'll follow you straight into hellfire. All of us will. But we will tread our own path. Now, what am I going to do with you? I know what you need to do. Knight them, Avu whispers loudly. She continues, a little embarrassed, as Aranka and the others look at her in surprise. I mean, I've been told many stories about Galarian, and that's always what happens in them. Garou is the knight commander, right? That means she can knight you all. Ordinary knights are a bit boring, but I know Garou will make your oath really exciting. I like the sound of that. We'll be the Free Crusaders. What do you think, Garou? Just make up an oath for us so we can be knighted, and then we'll start our own campaign against the demons, and they will tremble before us. Let's try it. Oh, we succeeded. Awesome. A wave of inspiration swells within you. Brothers and sisters, our paths have led us here, to this place, on this day, because we are guided by the same stars and beckoned by one and the same dream. Ours is a dream of freedom and the triumph of light over darkness. I am not here to rule you, but rather to be the first among equals as long as you are willing to follow me. Stand up, brothers and sisters. Henceforth, you shall be my free knight crusaders. Avu whispers loudly in your ear. You should have added something at the end, like, cookies for everyone! Except we probably don't have any cookies. Well, I can fly off quick and bring some back. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. We made that a spring? Avu. Oh, wow. What was that? Where did that come from? I'll bet a jar of strawberry jam it came straight from Elysium. I mean, I don't have any strawberry jam, but still, the big grown-up dragons in my family can transform their environments like this. But how did you do it? Thal the Wallflower scratches the bridge of his nose, clearly anxious. We've seen something like this happen before. Garou, it was back in Canabris, in the temple where we all gathered together. A glowing aura enveloped you, and we heard music that wasn't actually there. Just the same as this time. A wondrous power dwells within you, and it's growing. Everyone says I've been blessed by the gods. Yes, but I'm most certain this isn't the work of Iomade, or at least not hers alone. Your power, it's like a song of freedom, of lush wilderness, of the deepest longings of the heart, of Elysium. The warriors of heaven are too proud to possess or grant such power. This type of power is brought into the world by Azadas, the children of freedom, and the deities of their plane, of whom Desna, our guiding star, is one. What are you going to do now? We'll set up camp here. Our learned friends will observe this Garden of Elysium and study it. The artists among us will start working on their art. I'll help the Chiledrian halflings prepare to launch raids against the demons. The cavalry sculptors, I have no idea what they'll do, but I hope they'll keep themselves busy somehow. Drop by in a couple of weeks, will you? We'll have settled in by then, and we may have something else to show you, but it's a secret for now. Evu, you forgot the most important part. Honestly, what should you do with all do? Honestly, what would you all do without a smart little dragon like me around? Azadas have courts, the Court of Silent Laughter, for example, or the Court of the Flaming Storm. They always have such pretty names. People come to courts freely and then stay because they like it there and have some affinity with it. But that's why Garou has to give this place a name. It's her court, after all. Much like real Azadas from Elysium, the commander can give a name to her court, which is a company of her allies and the place where they meet. Call it Peaceful Respite. Oh, no more mythic stuff? Oh well. Ooh, we're tired. I think that I should be able to rest here without any sort of... Oh, okay, cool. No abyssal impact. Which makes sense. Oh! Day 26, month Lamachan, year 4715. Dreams have puzzled the minds of mortals since ancient times. Strangely, the most obvious explanation of the mystery of dreams has appeared quite recently. The most obvious but obviously wrong one is that dreams are but the delirium of a tired mind as it digests the day's events. Ancient humans were much smarter when they thought dreams were messages of good patrons, or the opposite, the interventions of demonic powers. In this case, both hypotheses are correct, illogical as that may be. The commander is asleep. In her anxious dreams, she sees blood-stained stones, smoking torches, rusty chains and bars. Once again, she's in the dungeons of Dresden, chained in a cell. Huge demons lumber around, clawing at the filthy walls with horrifying sound. Death in their fanged jaws seem imminent, but more painful still is the expectation of tortures that never begin. Unable to move, barely conscious, is a horrible semi-delirium. The commander whisper words of prayer. The sacred words disappear into the void like stones down a well. It is unlikely they reach the ears of any deity. The fever of endless expectation is broken by a whisper, a gentle breath of fresh air in the stifling darkness. The ruby eyes of a demoness peer at the commander through the bars. She is similar to the other creatures of the abyss, but also entirely dissimilar. You don't know me, but I know a lot about you. My name is Arushale. I am a prisoner, but I have come to give you freedom. The chains holding the commander's body crumble to dust. The dark visitor takes a step toward her, passing through the bars as easily as if they were made of paper, and holds out her hand. Fly with me. In response, the commander can only mumble, "Let's fly." The succubus bursts out laughing. The dungeon disappears. Now the demoness and the commander are flying over a moonlit plain. Enemies are hunting you. Demons that have somehow acquired unusual powers that are unprecedented amongst common demons. You are also hunting them. You are trying to figure out who is sending them and where the source of their power lies. I will show you where to find the answer. A finger with a manicured claw points down to a cliff top, where stands an ancient fortress slowly crumbling to dust. A bell without a tongue. An insane crone. Make it speak once more, and she won't be able to keep her silence either. She will give you all the answers. Wake up and try to understand what happened in the dream. The image fades away. The commander opens her eyes and whispers a word. Unknown, alien, brought by passing dream. Green Gates, the name of the fortress. If the demoness is to be believed, what a curious notion, there is a deranged crone hiding there who knows where the demons with these unheard of abilities are coming from. It will be intriguing to learn who this crone is and what she knows, and whether this dream is but a trick to lure the commander to another trap, but we cannot find out without visiting the place from the dream. And just like that, the episode for today is over. The narrator's a little tired. You gotta give him some props for, going at it. But thank you for hanging out and watching Pathfinders Wrath of the Righteous. Hopefully you guys had fun. So if you did, do the thing. Like, comment, subscribe, share it. The link for the previous episodes and next episodes should be in the descriptions, unless they are not out yet. If you want them early, you could always beg for them in the comments, maybe. Tell me your favorite part of each episode. Let me know you guys are enjoying it. And with that, I will let you guys get back to your day, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for hanging out.